evening. It is Monday. It's a little bit later than normal. 4 minutes past 8. Is that late?
Yeah,
Either
we're
way.
too busy talking, aren't we?
We were. Good evening. Welcome to Uncensored, where anything could happen. But as we say, the chances are we are probably going to talk about video games. But there we are. Let's get cracking. There's a few interesting things to talk about this evening. So as you'll see from the panel this evening, Tim has had a trouser accident. We did anticipate this happening. It was predicted that it would happen, and it has happened. So yes, we will start a small GoFundMe for Tim so that we can get him some new trousers, and he will be back with us soon. Not sure when. Soon. We'll go with soon.
Yeah.
But we do have Blunners.
Hello, everyone. I was on about 6 o'clock announcing the rare news that happened to the Evercade. We might be talking a little bit about that, but obviously we'll save most of that for TP. Also, I've done my usual. I've leveled someone up. I have leveled up you, Mr. Paul N. So, Paul N, you have leveled up on me. And now channel member.
And we have a guest of honor this evening, and that guest is Dom from the TVG group. So, hello, Dom, and welcome.
Hello, pleasure to be here. Thank you. Uncensored, anything could happen. So
it could, yes, it could. Most likely games, but literally anything could happen. So yes, absolute pleasure to have you with us this evening, and we're looking forward to hearing what you think to some of the random game news that there is to be talking about. Lots of people getting rare puns in the chat. I highly endorse this. Get as many different ones as you can get in throughout the evening. Try and get in some rare titles as well into those various puns. Before we dive into what we've been playing, let's take a quick run through. We have got Dave Newland music. Tanks is coming. Yes. Good evening, Mr. Nick Craddock. I hope you are well, my friend. Chris Dunham, good evening. Colin Brown, good evening, Colin. Good evening, Morley. Andrew, good evening. Timothy Earnshaw, good evening, good friend. Dan Nastic, good evening. I hope you are well. Colm, wonderful to see you as always. We have got a packed little crew in, so let's get cracking. So first topic, as always, is what are you playing? So Blunners, what are you playing?
Oh, mate, I have not stopped playing Donkey Kong Bonanza. Absolutely love it. I've just been chilling out most evenings. I didn't realize the last 2 nights I got in late from a wedding on Saturday, started playing it. Then I realized SummerSlam was on. So while SummerSlam was on, I was just playing Donkey Kong till the battery nearly ran out. And it was like 3 a.m. Thought, shit, better go to bed. So yeah, I'm about 30 hours in. I've now officially played that longer than I have Mario Kart World. Mario Kart World, I was on about 25 hours. And then when I looked this morning, 30 hours. So I'm not going to give anything away, no spoilers. But like I said last time, the game is fantastic. I'm loving it. It's Mario Odyssey on steroids. I love the fact you can just smash everything up, get all the different power-ups. They all offer something different as well. And pretty much the whole world is like traversable. You can like rip it to pieces, and when you come back in certain areas it's all still there. So what I've been doing is I've been collecting everything. So before you move on, so say you can go into your menu, say you're missing a couple of like bananas or something, you can then just go to a little you can go to a stall and pay for the maps rather than, and then it will just go ting, it's here. So then you've then got to work out how to get there. But I have the sonar energy, so I mainly go around using that, trying to see if you can find it. But yeah, if it gets to a point where I've had enough of just trying to rip this place to bits and still can't find it, then I'll go to that. But yeah, and also has like I love how you can upgrade like every single level. At the minute, my Donkey Kong's got a shiny red. At one point, he was 2-tone fur. You can buy, each level has like, you use all your collectibles, upgrades that certain character. Obviously, having the amiibo, which I've got in the front room because I've been using it, that gave me a dress for Pauline, which then unlocks more. You got more chance of unlocking the discs, which gives you the music. So every time you build a little house area that you can then teleport to, Every time you get there, it has different type of music playing. So
Nice.
yeah, it's amazing. I'm loving it. And also, just before we went live, I was playing a little bit of Conker's Pocket Tale just to see what it was like, because I'm going to be doing a video on certain Evercade car that's just been announced very soon.
Yes, lots of exciting stuff to talk about when we get to that. Dom, what have you been playing recently?
Yeah, similar to Blunners. I've been playing a lot of Donkey Kong. I've managed to complete the game last week. No spoilers, but not quite as many hours as I'm not that much of a completionist usually, but I would like to get everything in this game. But for me, I need some kind of guide. I need the system to tell me, okay, these are kind of where to go, but those maps definitely help. When I've finished that, though, I have started Shadow Labyrinth, that Pac-Man Metroidvania game. I've started playing that last week. It's £25. It's definitely worth it. Also started Resident Evil 4 as well, remake on PS5.
Okay.
So I've only just sort of half an hour into that. I'm not very far at all into that. Have played it on the Wii before. Have played it in VR before.
Yeah.
But I needed to play this new remake that's only 18 months old, because I want to play them all before Resident Evil 9. Is it that's out next year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to try and go through. Never played 5 or 6 either, so that's going to be next for me. And the next game I'm going to play, it literally came today from Canada. It's called Defused, actually. It was at an expo I was at a couple of years ago, and it's a little puzzle game for the Game Boy. That's a brand new game, so it's called Defused, and I'm looking forward to getting stuck into that one.
Amazing.
Nice.
I'd be interested to know, with RE4, did you play it quite a lot back in the day? Like, do you remember it from back in the day, or is it something you got to later?
No, I played it originally when it came out on the Wii. So that was my introduction to it in the Wii.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember all the details of it, but I did play through it on the Wii.
Yeah. Because I remember playing it through once on PS2, enjoyed it. I like the one on the PS5 a lot, but it feels like it outstays its welcome a little bit. And I don't know if that's just because the other remakes have been like the open world type ones where you're just constantly flowing, and this is sort of broken up with the chapters or something. I don't know. But yeah, I'd just be interested to know because everyone seems to have loved it. And I thought maybe it's just a nostalgia thing. If you've got a love for the first release, you'll appreciate this one a lot more as well.
People think that about 3 as well. I mean, 3, I quite like 3 originally, Nemesis. And I love the remake as well. And I like how that's only 10 hours or something, that game. It's quite short, isn't it? So it's not too bad.
Yeah. Excellent.
I've still got to do the new ones. I've still got to do 8. Since they've gone first person, I prefer. I much prefer the old third person over the shoulder GameCube style. That's how.
Last one I played was 7. I've not played. It's Village, isn't it? 8. I've not played that yet.
Village is amazing. Village is so good.
I need to play it. Need to get it.
There is a patch now, I think, with Village where you can play it in third person.
Oh,
so
yes,
if you really want to, you can do that. But there's something about the first person ones that I quite like.
No, don't get me wrong.
Thomas the Tank Engine or something as well. In that.
Yes, there was a Resident Evil. I think it was Resident Evil 2. They changed Mr. X to Thomas the Tank. Every time he appears on screen, it just does the theme tune.
Terrifying.
It is. So I have managed to finish this a couple of times now. I'm just taking a break before I go back and try and get the last few trophies in it. So I finished Power Rangers Rita's Rewind. Phenomenal. If you like side-scrolling beat 'em ups, this is it. If you like Power Rangers, this is it. If you just like fun games, that'll do it as well. Loved the soundtrack, loved the art style. Just everything about this game was fantastic. It is the Power Ranger game that I wished we'd had as a kid. The one on Super Nintendo and the Mega Drive were, they weren't great, and they're still not great. So this feels like a real love letter to fans of all ages, but predominantly I think people who grew up with the Mighty Morphin era. This one, oh dear, oh my word, I don't even know where to start. So I literally finished today Expedition 33. Yeah,
phenomenal.
Yes, game of the year. I think it's going to be up there. Just when you think you've maybe got an idea as to what's going on, you haven't. And then when the big reveal happens, it is genuinely quite breathtaking. And it just kind of keeps revealing. Like the big twist happens, and then there's more, and then there's more, and then you get to the end, and then there's some choices to make. It's really difficult to talk about it without ruining it, if I'm totally honest.
I've only played like the first, maybe I've done one evening on it, and I just haven't been able to get back into it yet. But
you played enough to get to the first big reveal. You played enough to
yes,
I mean, it's in all the
no,
trailers. I don't know how much it is of a spoiler these days. I won't say.
Yeah, no, I need to. I've only done maybe 4. I've done about 4 hours, so I've
yeah.
done a fair chunk. But yeah, I just need to get back in. That'll be probably what I'll do when I finish Donkey Kong. Get back on it.
Well worth it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop emotionally draining you, which is great. That's what I want in a big open world style RPG type game. For me, if people like this but they didn't like Final Fantasy 13 when that came out, I would highly recommend go back and play Final Fantasy 13, because this for me is the most Final Fantasy game that Square never made. It's really, really something quite special. I genuinely loved all the characters, and I'm a little bit sad that it's finished. And I tried to egg it out as much as I could as well. So I think my playtime for the story was in game time like 35 hours, but my actual playtime of the game is 55. So it's not tracked the amount of times I've had to go back and fight certain bosses, or the amount of time I've just clearly spent dicking around. But
if they re-released it on the Switch 2, for instance, physically, I think I'd get that again and play it just on a different console.
It's
It's
breathtaking.
the combat, like Ollie Gene
Phenomenal. It's turn-based. So it's a turn-based RPG, but it feels more like I said, Final Fantasy 13. It's not quite in that sort of paradigm where you can change the fighting styles, but because each character has a plethora of different moves and sort of combo systems that you can pull together, you need to do that outside of battle, whereas in Final Fantasy 13 you can set up an array of them and do them in battle and switch paradigms to your advantage. This one you just have to do it outside of battle, then go back and fight. So that's mainly why I draw that comparison. But it's breathtaking. If you like turn-based RPGs, it's a must. It's a must.
And it looks fantastic as well. The graphics, the music, the settings.
The music's phenomenal. It must win Game of the Year, like one of the music awards. I just had that playing. My wife was getting quite sick of me playing some French music that she had no idea about, and it's like, listen to this, and she's like, "What am I listening to?" She's like, you just don't get it.
I just can't believe it's just part of my Microsoft subscription. Do you know what I mean? That's the fact. I'm paying just a tenner a month for this.
You have just reminded me of the topic that I wanted to introduce. Thank you, Blunners. Okay. I'll bring it up later.
I got it, mate. All right.
You did. I have also, like you guys, been playing Donkey Kong Bonanza.
Yes.
I think I'm a little bit addicted. It's really, really good. Really good fun. I understand some people when they said they thought it was going to be a bit overwhelming because the levels are where you can just spend forever digging if you want to. I tend to find I do a little bit of that just to try and get my bearings and try and dig some shortcuts to different areas if I can, and then I'll just crack on with the level. It is, you can tell it's the Mario Odyssey team. It is, I mean, even down to the costume changes and there being a little wardrobe for you to jump into and this kind of thing. It's like, it's great. You know, it's the Donkey Kong game that we've all really wanted for a little while. You know, I like the Donkey Kong Country games and the Tropical Freeze games. They're brilliant, but this is what we've wanted. We wanted another 3D Donkey Kong game, and we got it, and it's bloody great.
Joyous to play, isn't it? It's joyful. It's a bit like Astrobot in that sense. It's a very different game, I think, but you just can't help but smile when you're playing either of those games.
Agreed.
Really,
and again, the music in Donkey Kong just makes me smile. It's fantastic. I'm going to quickly run through some pickups that I got at Knott's VGE. I didn't spend a huge amount on games this year. I did end up getting a shitload of fucking Godzilla trading cards, which is...
Yeah, he did. He got this whole Godzilla game and trading cards, didn't you?
Phenomenal.
Kept going back.
Phenomenal. I ended up getting a booster box as well on payday, so
Yeah.
yeah,
Got another one.
yeah. Really wanted to have this back in the collection for a little while. It's just one of those games that you see, you're like, well, it's around all the time. But this was an absolute steal while we were there. So finally got Driver back in the collection.
Yeah.
Wonderful game. Right. Oh no, we'll do this last English game. It's a Rockstar game called Oni. I remember playing this back in the day and thinking it was interesting. I never finished it, so it's a bit Rockstar-y, it's a bit Matrixy, it's a bit Perfect Dark type stuff. This is great fun, so I'm going to look forward to actually playing through that and completing it this time. Right. I for a long time have been wanting to pick up either a Japanese PS2 or a multi-region PS2 for sure, and I've just never gotten around to it. And while we were at Knott's, there was a guy selling a crazy amount of really good Japanese PS2 games. They were an absolute steal in terms of
really
pricing as well. So I picked up 4 Gundam games that I've been wanting to play. Not entirely sure what some of the subtitles for them are because they're obviously Japanese. But here we go. A big bunch. Who doesn't like Gundam? So we've got one. I would love to be able to tell you what it's called. I have to get Google Translate out. This one is based on Gundam Seed. So this was the sort of era where it's not really in main Gundam universe. It's just like its own separate redoing in an anime style. Generation Neo. I can read that bit. This one is like a tactical top-down game. It's Gundam at the end of the day, so I figured I will have to pick that up to give it a go. And this one is Gundam Climax UC. I don't know if that's which era of Gundam this is from, but again, it's Gundam. It's got Japanese writing on it. It's clearly going to be absolutely hard as balls to play because I don't read Japanese, but we'll figure it out. I've managed to play Gundam Breaker on the PS Vita and still managed to get through that okay. So, and then I picked up 2. Like I said, I'm not a sports game person. However, I do always really enjoy the, I think it's pronounced Jikuyu Powerful. So again, they just had a bunch of the Japanese baseball games with the little cutesy characters. And last one there. Again, you can get these on Nintendo 64. They're just good fun. And then we have the mystery game. So people in the chat, your mission this evening, should you choose to accept it. This game I picked up purely because I needed another game to boost up to get the deal, which was like 4 for 12 or something. And I picked this purely because no idea what it is. There's no English language on it, apart from on the back where it says, let's go. This was definitely not released outside of Japan. So your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to find out what the bloody hell this game's called. I'll leave it there for just a moment. And then on the back...
Let me make you go big, full screen. Hang on. Go back.
Ooh.
There you go. Now
right, full screen. So it's clearly a paint style game. No idea what it's called. The only English writing is on the back that says "Let's go." But yeah, it's definitely some sort of. Well,
what are the characters in the top left-hand corner doing in the CRT TV? What are they doing? What's that about? That's amazing.
Bananas, right? Yeah, absolutely bananas. So yeah, if someone in the chat can figure out what that's called, give it a go. I'd be interested to see because I've not really done any research into it at all. Like I say, it just looked weird. It looked very Japanese, and it was to boost
Seems
up.
Reckons it's Ban Painting Bonanza Super DX Edition.
I mean, that's a title.
The sound could be.
Could well be.
Yeah. Also, I picked up some games. I picked up quite a lot of games, but they're for my PlayStation Portable. I don't know if people's been following the channel or following the Facebook group. You would have found out that it has died on me, the little bastard. I was halfway through shooting episode 4 as I was recording some game footage, and then the screen just went all funny on me, different like random colors. There's a video of it. And then what I did is I took the whole thing apart, cleaned it all up, bought a new screen off Amazon. You cannot fault Amazon. Like, no joke. I bought this at maybe 10 o'clock at night. It was at my house before 11 o'clock the next morning, the screen. I cleaned it all up, disconnected. It's fairly simple to do. Literally just 2 ribbon cables. You just undo, pull out, put in the new ones, clip them down, and it's still exactly the same. So I thought, oh shit, well maybe it's just the it's just the screen. They've sent me a broken screen. It's not my PSP's not broke. How dare it? No, it's got to be the screen. So same day, returned it, went on, bought a new one, a little bit more expensive from a completely different seller. Again, was at my house the next day before 11 o'clock in the morning. Crazy. Don't know how it does it. So connected it all up and nothing. Still was exactly the same. Started pressing down like on the screen, on the ports, the connection ports. The screen was still not giving me any proper colors, to the point when I realized, because if I then pressed on anywhere on the actual motherboard, then I was getting different colors as well. So I was like, well, that's not even the fucking connection. That's when I thought, it's definitely gone.
It's gone.
So yeah, I have been offered, someone in the group has offered to send me one. So, but he's not back until the 20th. So yeah, so once I've received, I was going to say that I'm going to probably look at getting another one anyway, but once I receive or got one coming from eBay, yeah, fingers crossed it comes up and get my channel going again. But I managed to pick up I think I picked up at least 8 to 10 different titles for PSP. So I'm loving the fact that I can just go into a shop now, go in and you can pick them up so cheap. Like, there's some great games on there. So yeah, in a future episode, I reckon I've got a good. I reckon I'm on episode 4. I reckon I've got a good another 4 episodes at least, and one of them I've managed to pick up a big title as well. So I'm really
reignited, I think, a lot of people's love for the PSP. You do forget, we all play that many things, modern stuff as well. But what a console that was! 80 million units it sold or whatever, and there's so many games. What's it like? 1,000, 2,000 games on there, so cheap.
I missed out on it. It passed me by because I remember I thought I've had one. I had the original one, sold it years ago. It didn't really pick much up for it. And then the fact that I can now go in, I think it was like Matt Upton, who was on the channel, was going on about you can just go into a store. And I think, look, I'm only going to spend £12. I can go in there and I'm picking up a good 3 to 4 games every time. And they're not like rubbish games. So there's some great titles on there. And then when you start looking a bit deeper, there is some fantastic stuff on there.
There's some weird stuff on there.
Oh mate, there's some weird stuff as well. But there's some I didn't realize it was that like it was that much of a collection. So there's some great titles. I didn't realize there was that much on there. So
my brother and I went to a local game shop, an independent game shop, last Thursday, and he bought 4 PSP games. Again, reignited by your videos, Blunners. And I think he said 2 of the games were absolute, just rubbish. One of them was like a Sudoku, this Japanese Sudoku game. Absolute terrible. And then he found it at a charity shop for £1.50. Need for Speed. Wasn't Carbon, it was a different one, I think, based in Japan. And he said that's really good. Okay, so again, it varies, but loads of deals to be had with the PSP.
Some of my favorites I've literally just grabbed because all my PSP stuff's just down here. So some of my favorites it's where I think this is where this franchise. I'm pretty sure it's where the Monster Hunter franchise started. That is a really good game. It's really good fun. This one can be expensive, but it's still cheaper than buying it on PS2. Silent Hill Origins.
I need to get that. Yeah,
it works really nicely on there.
My rule is if I've got every game that's in the store, because there's only like little 2 shelves worth, and I'm not bothering with UMDs. If I've got every game that's in there that's under £12, I can then buy a one that's more expensive.
Exactly. So that's good.
That's what I'm hoping I'll have them all by then.
Someone said about the disc mechanism on the, I think PSP 1000. That went on my original one, and it's a pain to try and really replace that. I tried it a couple of years ago.
Because I got the 2003, and it is literally you just throw the disc in and click it in. There's no mechanism to it, so it's so much easier. So
better screens as well in those. The
screen was so easy.
Second and third, much better.
Yeah, the screen was so easy to click it. It's literally 2 ribbon cables. Couple of screws, job done.
Yeah. And Shemza, yeah, the Wii version, that was technically the first remake, I think, or it was a remake of Silent Hill, and they just, what was it, Shattered Memories. That on
the
Vita
Vita
is
as well, was
expensive.
it? Yeah.
Not on the Vita, sorry, on the PSP. Yeah, that one is balls expensive, but again, the PS2 copy is just ridiculous. So's the Wii one. It's just everything Silent Hill. Ho hum. Right. Let's jump into the Nintendo Partner Direct, because Blunners has a long list of games, some of which I remember from watching it, some of which I don't, which probably means they're not on my radar. But this was a third-party Direct, and they showcased a silly amount of games. Silly amount, some of which I have absolutely no interest in, but yeah, let's go through it.
Okay, so I'll just give you a quick rundown and we can then talk about what games we like the look of. So Monster Hunter Stories 3, The Adventures of Elliot, Octopath Traveler 0, or Hyrule Warriors, Age of Imprisonment, Once Upon a Katamari, Persona 3, Dragon Ball Sparking 0, Just Dance 2026 edition, Plants vs. Zombies Replenished, EA Sports FC 2026. Come on, it's not loading at the minute. I know there was Madden.
Mm-hmm.
Why are we not loading? There we go. Pac-Man World 2 Repack, Borderlands 4, Final Fantasy Tactics, Madden 20, NFL 26, Chilling by the Fire, Hela, something, Star Wars Outlaws, Yakuza Kiwami and Yakuza Kiwami 2, Chronos: The New Dawn, Goodnight Universe, NBA Bounce, Romance and Saga 2, Shinobi Art of Vengeance, Apex Legends, and Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
And a partridge in a pear tree.
That was what was announced. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot.
There is a lot.
There's a lot. From memory, the things that stood out to me was things like Adventures of Elliot. That was more Octopath Traveler type, top down, well, not top down, like isometric type RPG looky game. I mean, I'm a sucker for that kind of art style anyway. So, yeah, Adventures of Elliot, I remember thinking this looks pretty good fun. Final Fantasy Tactics, I can see that coming to PS5, which is probably where I'll get it. It's been a long old time since I've played Tactics. I remember really enjoying it on the PS1, though. I don't think I ever really played any of it on the PSP or any of the other sort of iterations they did. But it's some of the other games. They're not probably going to be ones that I'll pick up, but I'm glad that they're coming to Nintendo Switch or Switch 2, because for some people they won't have been able to play these because they like to stick to one console and they'll stick to the Nintendo. So certainly things like the Yakuza Kiwami series coming, they're fantastic games, really, really good reboots and redos of the originals. So that I think will be a really good seller on Nintendo Switch. I mean, to be fair, I could even be tempted to pick that up. Being able to play Yakuza on the go that's a big sell. Like Madden, it's Madden. Madden for me is like FIFA. You've played one, you've played them all. It's still American football. They still run.
I'm interested to see how on the Switch 2 though it compares to like
how it runs.
Series, like a FIFA. I've not played. Well, it's not FIFA anymore, is it? FC, but I've fallen out of love with that in the past few years. And the Switch versions have always been, it's like a throwaway version, really. But now, hopefully, they're going to be somewhat comparable. I know WWE 2K25 came out recently, and people are saying that is very comparable to Series X and PS5 version. So hopefully, a bit like what you just said there, Ollie, with interested to see like how these games are. Like that Chronos, that looks interesting, but I'm not sure that would be my way of playing it. It's going to be Xbox or PS5, probably that game for me. But interesting to see how they perform there.
So for me, Monster Hunter Stories 3 obviously opened up with that. Looks fantastic. The Hyrule Warriors, I really like the first one as well. Octopath Traveler they finished with. That looks fantastic. And Once Upon a Katamari looked pretty funny as well. So,
Well,
but if I just
the campfire game, you're not interested in the campfire game then, Blunners?
no, not at the minute.
No, not that one.
What was the title of that one? I'm gonna have to look at some pictures and
Hang on.
refresh my mind.
Just let me.
I
Hang on,
can't remember.
I'll just press play on this.
But yeah, Octopath will be great, although that will be multi-platform, even though it started on the Switch.
Very nice. Once Upon a, where is it? Chilling by the Fire is out now, and it looks very cozy.
Chilling
by the Fire is a new campfire simulation game that tasks players with keeping their flame alive on beaches, forests, and snowy mountaintops. And more.
Isn't it about 15 quid or something as well?
Players can team up with a few friends via game share. Oh, yes, please. And appear on screen if they have a camera connected. This game is about slowing down and reclaiming the simple joy of just sitting around and watching a campfire glow.
It's about 5 years too late after lockdowns, isn't it?
I mean, I could always be into a quirky game like that, but the thing that's putting me off is the screenshots of the people at the fire. I'm not gonna lie, that is pretty terrifying.
It's creepy, isn't it?
It's just giant heads.
It's odd.
Giant flat heads in a 3D
you guys
environment.
Could do it on one of these podcasts. You could do it.
I mean, we could. That would be weird. We could just live stream the podcast from the chilling by the fire.
Hang on, I just want to share the screen on this. Where is it? I'll take the audio off, but probably got done like we did last time anyway. So I just thought this looked fantastic. Don't know if it will. Are you able to see that all right? Is it working?
Yeah. This is Monster Hunter.
Yeah. So this is Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
Obviously, see that dragon egg? I thought, oh, okay.
Yeah, it does look very, very good.
Like you said, it'd be interesting to see how it actually runs.
Because the Stories games are Switch exclusives, or certainly Nintendo exclusives. I don't think the Stories games have come to any other platform. So it's got a style about
Classic it. Zelda jumping off the side here. But yeah, it's when the dragon comes out of nowhere.
Yeah. I bought Stories on a whim because I like Monster Hunter anyway, but sometimes I feel like I've got to be in the mood for it.
I got number 1, but yeah, have you played 2?
It's great. No. Haven't played 2. Monster Hunter Stories was really good fun though. They're a little bit more story driven. I mean, maybe that's in the title, Monster Hunter Stories. But yeah, they're very much more story driven rather than just kill a monster, harvest its bones, build better armor, kill a bigger monster, which I still really enjoy. But yeah, these are good, and it looks really, really cool. But yeah, well, I think this one was more for me. I'm pleased that these games are coming to Switch. I'm pleased that people will get to play them who maybe haven't played them. But not a great deal in the third-party arena that will have me clambering day one.
Was there anything that you would have wanted to see? Because there's a few things missing that I thought might be there.
What, in terms of third-party stuff? I thought they might show some Final Fantasy VII Remake working, because I know that that's a generation old technically, but seeing that run on a Switch, I'm really intrigued, because I Final Fantasy Remake 7 Remake was my game of the PS4 generation. So if I had an excuse to pick that up again, I would. So that I would be intrigued by.
I thought we were going to get some Xbox stuff like Halo. I thought we were going to get Halo's Legacy, whatever it's called.
Yeah, because the rumors have been
around everywhere.
Yeah, the rumors for a while have been, aren't they, that we're going to get Master Chief Collection on Switch 2. I think inevitably it's going to come to PS5 if it does. We're already getting Gears of War later this year on Switch, on PS5. I could imagine that coming to Switch as well. So yeah, maybe Gears of War I think is a missed trip.
Thieves, so that's not on Switch yet, is it? I thought that would have been launched at this point. Sea of Thieves.
I don't think it is. Is it coming to Switch?
It's not been announced yet, but I thought it would be.
Played about half an hour. So
Half an hour,
we could turn it off and discuss.
Absolutely disgusting behaviour.
I mean, we're gonna have to have a chat, Gene.
This ain't final. This ain't my Final Fantasy VII.
Without giving any spoilers away, you've got to get to the end of that story, or towards the end of the story, when you start realizing a few things and how it's connected to Final Fantasy VII. I've already said too much. I shan't say anything more. Yeah, so yeah, I think you're right. There's definitely a handful of things that I think we're missing on reflection. At the time, I wasn't thinking, "Where's Master Chief?" But yeah, you're right. That's been rumored for so long now. Like, where was it?
So maybe something from Capcom as well. Something Resident Evil remakes maybe coming over. But,
yeah.
You could get RE2 or 3. I'm sure on one cartridge. I would have thought.
Yeah,
it's like we still don't have like a big list of what's. There's still no metro. Like saying you weren't going to get Nintendo first party, but like we still don't actually know the rundown for the rest of this year. And you just think, what's they normally always have a big killer one, November, December one. Obviously,
it
got
looks
Pokemon,
like the
October,
Hyrule Warriors. That's going to be probably next year. They said winter,
they've said,
they?
yeah, I think they've said 26 for that. So yeah, so it's what's the Christmas game that's coming?
It's going to be Pokemon, like you said.
Yeah, said if it's not Pokemon.
Yeah. It's got to be something else there, hasn't it? Like
Metroid. That'll be.
Yeah, I'm expecting it to be Metroid, but it's just there's no release because obviously they had that poster, didn't they? That went up in the underground there to quickly change because it said out now. It's like, no, it's not.
What?
Yeah, but I can't wait to play that, to be honest, especially with mouse controls.
Yeah, you got Drag X Drive coming out soon, Blunners. What are you talking about? Come on.
Oh mate, that looks horrendous. They weren't allowed
I'm quite intrigued. They
weren't allowed to call them wheelchairs. So I don't know what are they?
They're Drag X's.
Yeah,
whatever that is. I'm just having a look at various games, wondering whether we would get ports of those sorts of things. I thought maybe looking at them now, like maybe the Dead Space remake. I could see that coming to Switch too, seeing as they're getting a lot of good stuff.
They're getting a lot of EA, aren't they?
I am totally on board for the Plants vs Zombies reboot or redo though of the original. I love that original game. I've got it on my phone. I've got it on the DS. I love it. I go back to that game so frequently.
Would you pay the Switch tax on it? Because I've heard bad things about the latest Mario Party. Because I've got the one that's on normal Switch because my daughter loves Mario Party, and I heard that this one that they're charging 70 quid or 60 quid for.
The Jamboree.
It's a Jamboree, but the Switch 2 version that they wanted you to pay extra for isn't actually any different at all from their one. There's no it doesn't look any better or anything. They're just charging you like £20 extra.
I'm going to get that next month because I've got the camera and I've been wanting an excuse to buy a game that might actually use the camera. And I've got like a 4-year-old, so I'm thinking maybe he'll be interested in something like that. So we'll see.
100%. That will work.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. Exciting. But yeah, outside of that, it was a bit of a meh. I'm sure if you've got a Nintendo Switch or a Switch 2 and you don't have a PS5 or a PS4, haven't had a 360 or an Xbox One,
yet, Gene.
then I'm sure that Direct was probably going to be more up your street. But yeah, I'm glad that these games are going to be existing. Some of them are just not for me. I think not for me again. So yeah, we'll see. We shall see. Right, shall we try Timmy's tanks?
Yes, I think we need to.
So this is a shame that Tim isn't here because he's normally the one running the show with Timmy's tanks. But you're in good hands, I think. Hopefully, I can make this work without a hitch. Roll VT.
We've got some background music as well. Thanks, David, for that. We'll be playing it. All right, roll VT.
Honey, have you seen the cat? What the fuck was that? That's right, kids. It's time for Timmy's Tanks. Only on Total Video Gamers.
Okay. Background music. Shall we turn that down a slight fraction? Perfect.
No?
There
Yeah.
we are. I think so. Is that all right in the chat? Can you hear us? Okay, the music good. We've now got the military version of Send in the Clowns or Here Come the Clowns, courtesy of Dave Newland, because
Tim Less Tanks.
we need it. Yeah, Dom's tanks. This evening it is Dom's tanks.
I'm not
So-
touching anything now. I can't control anything.
Oh, but you're on our side tonight. You're on the TVG side tonight.
Yeah.
And the chat has been beating us a little bit recently, so we've got to claw this one back for Tim and his trouser accident. So the chat goes first, and let's see which side is the chat on. Oh, so chat, you are here on the right. You've got the wind against you at 5 miles an hour. Let's be having you. What are your
What's the chat's going first? Okay.
what
We've
you
got-
going for, chat?
We've got the wind with us.
Yep.
And we're uphill as well.
Yes. So yeah, chat's just got to get it over the hill with enough welly, but not too much.
Oh, Timothy and wait, you got David Newland. Timothy Angel's in.
Okay. We'll go with Dave. It's very similar to Tim's. Okay, so Dave's was 50-50, wasn't it? Ooh,
There you go.
that noise
classic.
that noise
No.
coming through.
Yeah. Timmy
Classic.
normally doesn't have it, does he?
I can't mute
50-50.
it.
Oh, that high pitch one really gets me.
That one, the velocity's high pitch.
It's like Morse code.
Go long.
Right, here we go. 50-50. Chops
Al
away.
says concrete donkey. There you go, Tally. Do you mind? Oh, too
Okay.
much.
A hair fraction too much oomph, but that was pretty close. Right. What are we going for, chaps?
I need a bit of
What are we
welly to get
going
over
for?
that hill.
Yeah.
We do.
We have got the
Seven.
wind on our sails.
Oh, we are, yeah.
So it's incline first, isn't it? So what do you reckon?
Well, 50
65?
was
Oh,
not enough that way, so I think it needs to be like 60,
Mm.
65-ish.
Yeah.
I'd say 65 incline.
Yeah.
Well, I could go minus incline.
Oh, I didn't realise you could do that.
Neither did I. I kind of want to, just to see what it's like. Oh,
And how much do you reckon to get over? So they had 50 and they were against the wind. It was way too much.
Yeah, you're right.
Are we going to go
So-
60? Incline?
Yeah.
60 or 65? What are we doing?
Go 60. Just round.
Okay. And now we've got the
Velocity,
wind on our side.
30 foot 40? It's got to be enough to
Yeah,
get over
you
that
don't
hill,
need
isn't
too
it?
much, do you?
40.
You don't need too much.
Mm.
40. 60-40.
Come on.
Right.
Let's take them out in one hit.
Toodle pip.
Hi-ho. There's sand in my sandwich.
Oh,
What?
no.
Oh,
Okay. Incline is right.
Yeah,
There's
I
not
think
enough
Our
mustard.
velocity is just not so good. Right,
Nails,
chat.
nails.
Your 50-50 last time was just a little bit too much oomph. Your incline was about right though.
Johnny Balls.
37-48.
48 from Timothy Earnshaw.
37-48. We can do that. Chat's turn. So incline. Your incline was okay though.
37 and 48. He's tweaked it a bit.
Yes.
Might be a bit too much mustard.
Still possibly. Let's try. Right. Tally ho!
Tally-ho. Oh,
not bad.
Okay.
not bad.
Closer. I think your incline is about right.
What we think? Incline
right,
the same?
Yeah, I'll
Incline.
keep our incline the same.
Which is going to
It's
give it a
about
bit
a
more
bit more.
welly.
55.
55?
Yeah, I'd say 55.
55. Right, incline. That's
There you go.
55. Right,
Come on.
chucks away.
Go
Oh,
on.
it's not bad, is it?
Oh, it's too high.
Oh.
Bit too much welly. A bit too much
Oh,
welly.
what, 52?
Yeah.
I'm thinking that's going to be about right. Yeah. So, what are you going for, chat?
You've got
50, 42, 40, 42 sounds good. 40, 42. I think that's probably going to be
42.
42s, haven't we, for the velocity there?
40, 35.
that's probably a good shout, chat. 40, 35. Let's try that. Let's go with Mr. Craddock. We've not given him the benefit of the doubt. So what are we going? 40, 35.
Yeah.
Oh, I've left it as 37. See, this is why we need Tim. I almost feel like I need to give the chat another go here for that.
Yeah, well, you could be setting us up.
Or I could be winning it for you.
Uncle Ben's den.
Oh shit!
Oh. Ooh.
I apologise, chat. That was my fault. Your incline. I think the velocity was about right. The incline just wasn't quite there. That was my fault.
Will our turn then, to be fair, or is that or not?
Les Paul. Right. What are we going to go for?
It was just a
Keep
little
the
bit less.
incline
You
the
think,
same?
look where 55 landed. You were only a couple of off at like 52,
So-
51. Yeah. Remember last time? It was only we tweaked it a little bit and we took him out. Oh, tally-o. Go on.
What? Hey.
That's 1-0.
3 shots. Right. Another game.
Come on.
Yes.
That
Oh,
Ringo Starr's bar.
TVG goes first. Which side are we on?
Sylvester
Oh,
McCoy.
God. So,
Which one are we?
we are down here.
Wow, at the bottom.
We are down in the bottom.
No, wait. We've got the win, though.
So, we do have the wind. Godspeed. So what are we going to go
Shit.
for? I think the incline needs to be quite high.
Like
Maybe
55 incline or 60 again?
Let's go 60.
60. And
What about oomph? You're going to need a bit of power to get it up there, but then the 7's going to maybe
50 off?
66 or 60.
60,
Yeah,
yeah, so 60, 60.
60, 60.
yeah, 60, 60. Let's get the lay of the land.
Yeah.
That noise. All right. Here we go.
Right, we're in. Tally ho!
I'll tell you what.
Brad? Oh!
Oh, we had him. I was even putting my hands up like we'd won. Game over, chat. You need to get us now.
60, 60. Crikey blimey. Right. Chat.
You're in trouble.
Your wind is against you, but you do have the
Damn
high
close.
ground. You have the higher ground, Anakin.
Yeah, you have the high ground, but we've got your number.
Other Star Wars films are available. What are we going for then, chat? So Toxo's put in there 2040, 20 incline. That's
Shade of a whisker.
it was a whiff.
You can literally just
What are we
let
going
chat-
for? 2040?
well, yeah,
Is that
let
what we're
chat
going to go
just-
for?
you've
Toxo's
got
2040.
60 38, you got 50 40, you got 20 40, you got 40 50.
So 40 is the average velocity. So let's go. We'll go with that. It's your
Yeah.
incline, chat. What are we going
It's
to go
your
for on your incline?
Yeah, what are you gonna go?
40? 40, 40?
40 40?
It says
No, I've
60,
got that.
50,
Yeah,
20,
gotta
and
be
then Timothy
40s.
Earnshaw's put 40. Let's go with that. We'll go with 40, 40. 40 is the closest average to the
Oh yeah,
incline.
Nick's got it. 40-40.
40, 40.
Can you imagine they take off that with a Team Jokes for
In
it as
one
well.
hit.
Yeah. Oh, I've just got decent quick.
Ooh. Right. Tally ho. What?
Bad. No, not quite. I'm very close. Wow. We got to get this
That
right
was
now.
close.
Oh goodness.
Oh, chat.
We're both pretty close here. We've got to get him now. And I
Just
reckon
need
it's just
the,
a matter of
the velocity
61.
up 1 or something. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I reckon it's just
Yeah.
61.
So
60, 61.
Come on. It's been nice knowing you, chat.
Fire!
Shade of a whiff.
Gotta be.
Close, but no cigar.
oh, Shabazz.
2-0.
Chat. That was
That
the
was close. That
closest.
second one, wasn't it?
That was the closest we've ever had. We can't do best of 3. I feel like we can keep our heads held high this time, chaps. We can tell Tim we did him proud, but we did almost lose both times. The hair of a whisker. Jolly good show. Excellent stuff. Yes, no cigar. No cigar. Well, there was a cigar for us anyway. Chat, we will see you in a month for more Timmy's Tanks. And hopefully we can keep our winning streak up. So we have got a very quick topic that we can discuss. If you have any questions or anything you want us to quickly chinwag about, get it into the chat and we will star it. And then we might touch very briefly on the thing that I wanted to talk about that Blunners reminded me about. And yeah, it's an interesting discussion. I'll be interested to see what you chaps think about it. So, Rare is turning 40, which makes me feel very old.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
So Rare is turning 40. Most people, I think probably even most people our age will know Rare from the golden era of video games with the likes of GoldenEye, Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, Perfect Dark, all of these incredible titles. But they do have a long history.
Look at the artwork they released alongside it, though. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that's something special, right? Literally everything you could think of is in there. And I always forget that Rare's Battletoads as well.
Yeah.
Always forget that. I don't know why I do, but I do. And that is a hard as balls franchise as well.
Never been brave enough to tackle that yet, but now I can with save states.
Ah, indeed.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah.
So with the news of Rare turning 40 and all the wonderful Rare celebrations that I'm sure are going to be happening over the while, we did, of course, get an announcement for Evercade. And that is that there is going to be a Rare collection. This one took me by surprise and was incredibly out of left field, which is where it needs to be. You know, you never know with Evercade anymore what's coming or what's going to be released. We won't talk about this too much now because it's a good news story. We'll probably like to talk about it on Total Evercade, but we should definitely address it because it's completely news off the press. So Rare collection for Evercade. Dom, does this tick a box for you?
Yeah, it does. Evercade, I think there's been some hits and misses, and I think having a publisher like Rare and some of their games on here now, I think it's a definite hit and a win for them. It's a big name, isn't it? It's one of the biggest names in gaming, and the fact it's a red cart, the fact it's not a mega cart, is it? Whatever they call them, it's not
the
one
Giga
of
Carts.
those
It's not a normal one.
and some of the games on there, because there's some they look like there's some Spectrum games. I've not had a proper good look at it. I was watching some of your feed earlier on Blunners, and I think you were shocked by the amount of swearing that you did on that.
I
think
could
you
not
were
believe
quite
it.
surprised, weren't you?
Fucking hell,
I know. And I was surprised to see that Rare logo. I think it was really cool to see that. Battletoads definitely will be tackling some of those games. 12 games as well. You know, we're back to some of the carts where there's not just 4 or 5 games on, 12 games on now. Good value for money and a big named publisher.
Yeah. Does it have the list of the games underneath that, Blunners?
Yeah. So you've got lots. So basically, when they announced it, you had that Spectrum noise. So we were I was just assuming it was going to be Spectrum stuff. Obviously, the Rare stuff was getting released. Like we've got what the things they're going to be releasing, like merch wise. So I just did not think that this was even a possibility. But there is 12 games, a lot like specky games, Gunfight. Then you've got,
but even things like Jetpack's great.
Yeah. Jetpack, Gunfight, RC Pro, Cobra Triangle, Battletoads original. Then you've got Battletoads Arcade, and you've got Conker's Pocket Tales. I was having a quick go on that earlier before we went live.
What was that originally on? Was Conker's Pocket Tales?
No, it's a Game Boy Color game.
Is it? Yeah.
And it's normally about, I just looked it up, anywhere, like boxed, is about £25 to £125. So there's all kinds of it. And also Sean jumped on a lot my live earlier as well. Let us know that this is going to be a reversible sleeve as well, so it can be blue the other side, but it doesn't have any number on the side of it. Pre-orders live on the 30th of September. So this for me is a definite day one collection. I will be picking it up. Also, I could not believe it. I was like, when I saw it, I was like, fuck it. I could not believe they managed to get Rare. That's why I kept swearing. I was like, wow, because it's such a big, it's like for me growing up, Rare was such a big title. Obviously, the N64 days and that's what I think about with Rare, like Conker's, Bad Fur Day, the Donkey Kongs on SNES and all that kind of stuff. I just did not think it would be like achievable, because with this now being achievable, I now think that there is a lot of other things that could come into play. So some
Capcom collection.
Exactly, anything.
Resident Evil collection. That would be, but yeah, I agree with you. I agree with both of you. It's a great household name to have, and it's just bringing a little bit more diversity to the games and the carts that are coming out now. Like I said, I don't want to talk about it for too long because we've obviously going to talk about it on TEP and get Tim's input as well. But we've had, some great arcade cart announced. We've had some blue carts announced, and now we're getting a new collection, a Rare Collection 1, which has again got a mixture of arcade, NES, Spectrum, Game Boy, all on one cart. It's a good move, I think, and there's a bunch of games on there I've never played before, so it will be open to experience, I'm sure. And all I can think now is I think it's Microsoft, so maybe it won't happen. I'm sure Microsoft have got the Banjo-Kazooie rights. They did that awful Nuts and Bolts game. So maybe awful. Yeah, so I was thinking, maybe they could get Banjo-Kazooie and Banjo-Tooie because you've got Glover on a cart, so they can clearly do N64. But yeah, then to go along with the 40th celebrations, 8-Bit Dough.
That looks really good, doesn't it? That
8-Bit Dough makes some fantastic controllers. This is the controller I've got here, and the 8-Bit Dough stick means it should work on your Evercade as well.
That's
just
absolutely
that is basically
beautiful.
what the controller I've got next to me here, but I've got it in black. I've just got
Yep.
Microsoft own Rare, don't they?
Exactly.
That's a good
I'm
question.
pretty sure they own Rare. So if they do,
And it's
this
got
might
the little
open
dock that
even
goes in
the
as
door for
well.
like an Activision collection potentially.
Yeah, I'll show you the other bit as well.
Who owns Rare Studios? Here's Microsoft. Okay.
Yeah.
So there is a possibility.
And this is the other stuff that's coming out as well. So you've got Blast Corps vinyl soundtrack, a button-up shirt with all kinds of bits on it, a Banjo's cabin keychain, a Seafarer pullover hoodie, a hat, pins, Conker's Bad Fur Day talking plush.
Oh,
What is that going to say?
Jinjos. I wonder what it says. Yeah, Jet Force Gemini soundtrack.
oh.
Banjo Kazooie, Banjo's Adventure, Bear and Bird Duo, and this is what I want: the gold jiggy pin. That's what you were collecting on the old Banjo.
What was the the other soundtrack they had? Oh, the Blast Corps soundtrack.
Blast Corps? Yeah, for N64.
Man,
That was day one, wasn't it?
that was what a game that was. A hugely underrated gem, Blast Corps. That is still to this day one of the funnest games that you can play in that era of gaming. Just destroy the shit out of everything on screen. Nice and simple. And that had a killer soundtrack as well. So that's god damn it. Just when you think this month stops being expensive.
But yeah, well, it's interesting to see when there's some great stuff that's come out on it, and the Advocate Cart just tops it off for me.
Evening, Rhaegar. Yeah, that's some announcement. It really is, and what a way to celebrate turning 40. They're certainly doing a better job than I did. I just tried to drink until my eyes bled. So yeah, excellent. Right, before we disappear then, something that I'd sort of listened to on a couple of other podcasts was game developers talking about Microsoft Game Pass. And it's the first time I've heard people talk quite negatively about Game Pass, because I always think for a consumer, Game Pass is a great deal. £10 a month, access to all these games. There you go, nicely done. But I think in order to get a game on Game Pass day one, there has to be some sort of deal struck with the publisher or with the studio that have made the game. And frequently that deal isn't as good as if they sold 1 million copies of the game. Now, that's not to say that every game is going to sell 1 million copies, but it did make me think, certainly titles like Expedition 33, which I know it is on Game Pass, but technically that's an indie game. I think there's 20, 30 people in that studio that made that game. It's a little studio in France. And for them to take a deal whereby that game, it gets out to more people, maybe that's the thought process. But at the same time, I don't think they see much of a return on that when it's on Game Pass. It's just, there's your money. Now it's on Game Pass and that's it. Whereas people buying it on PS5, people buying it on Steam, of course, you actually have to part with money that goes directly for that particular product. And yeah, it was just an interesting discussion around Microsoft really pushing Game Pass. Microsoft are now, launching some handheld devices with third parties, which I still think is just the weirdest thing to be doing at the moment. And it's now gearing up in my mind as to if we start going down this route of more indie games, more indie developers, because the AAA studios are starting to suffer a little bit, how much of them are going to be on Microsoft or go to Microsoft if they stand a chance to not make a great deal of money because of Game Pass? People might play the game for 20 minutes and go, it's not for me. And that's it. They haven't had to actually part with any money. There's been no experience as such. It's just, I'll give it a go. Don't like it. Move on. Whereas buying the game, parting with it, you tend to, well, certainly I do anyway, and I've done it with Black Myth Wukong. I really want to like that game. I will go back and try it again at some point. But if I'd had that on Game Pass, I think I would have done the first boss and gone, it's not for me, and then just ditched it. Whereas I put in 15 hours thinking maybe I just need to learn the style, maybe I just need to, and I started to get, things started to click, but it wasn't clicking fast enough. But I wouldn't have put in that extra time if I'd had access to just binning it off whenever I felt like it. So yeah, I'm just wondering, with that as a negative aspect for Game Pass, what are people's thoughts on Game Pass moving forward, considering that, yeah, Microsoft are moving down this route of having a Steam Deck, which you can, if you have a Steam Deck, by the way, and you have Game Pass, you can play that on the Steam Deck. So you don't need to
I'll
buy
let Dom
this.
go first.
I've been speaking to my brother quite a lot about this because we're well into Xbox, the ecosystem. He's in the chat. Steve B, actually, is one of the members, and this is the first time in years, 5-6 years, however it's been out, that I've considered not renewing my Game Pass, because I'd normally get it off CD Keys where you can buy like 3 months for 30 quid or something. And I forgot to renew, and it's $15.99, $14.99. It's just come out, and I'm thinking, what games have I played since Expedition 33? What games am I playing at the moment on my Game Pass on my Xbox? And I'm not. And then I thought back to what the rumors of what developers were saying of how actually it's not necessarily always a good deal for developers. And then I think actually what Microsoft are doing at the moment with putting multi-platform games out there, with their model seems to be, we need to make more profit because maybe Game Pass isn't working. Maybe that's not what we thought it would be. We can't get to the 50 million acquisites and users consistently. So actually, the future of Game Pass, I'm questioning, will it be a thing in the next generation? Or will Microsoft really, certainly for the day one games, will they move more to, you've got to buy this because we need to make more money from it, because we're not actually making as much as what we planned out. I think it's a really interesting thought about indie games though, because I'm a bit like you, Ollie, with that Shadow Labyrinth that I was saying. That is pretty difficult for a Metroidvania. I'm enjoying it, but if it was on Game Pass, I might have put that down by now. I might have just played it for an hour or so and thought, well, actually, I've got all these games to play instead. I might just play that one.
Yeah.
And Game Pass almost forces you to ignore your backlog a bit because you're paying for a subscription service. So there's almost something refreshing in maybe pausing that for a bit and focusing on other things and buying maybe the odd game that you're really going to sink your teeth into. And it's a bit of a chicken and egg. Will those indie games have that publicity if it wasn't for Game Pass? But would they make more money if they sold it just on its own? It's a really, really complicated issue with Microsoft at the moment. Their identity, I think they're in a bit of a crisis right now as to what they want to be and where they want to go. And I think there's pressure from the top of Microsoft down on like Phil Spencer, thinking, well, you promised us this with Game Pass, and maybe it's not quite working as you promised for whatever reason. So we now need it to move into this multi-platform area. And that handheld, it was actually Asus that went to Xbox and said, can we do this?
Yeah.
And Microsoft have said, well, we were thinking about our own handheld device, but we'll scrap that. And if you want to do it, you run with that. So again, that motivation for me about Microsoft getting into that handheld, is it there? Or are they just saying, well, if you want to do it, Asus, you can do it. We'll put our name on it. We might even, I don't know, we'll throw some money maybe at the marketing or even maybe subsidize to a degree. I don't know. But how invested are they in that device if they're not making it? I don't know.
It's a difficult one. Blunners, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I do have Xbox Game Pass, but I do feel it's fucked up, the whole thing. And I mean that lightly. I just like the fact, seeing Gears of War and Forza Horizon 5 on PS5, that really pissed me off. And I just thought, what the fuck? What are you doing? It's so annoying. It's just the fact that like I feel exactly what Gene Jake's here. I think it's just like musicians. It's gonna be like Spotify, and it screws over the musicians. I just feel it's ruined like the whole fact of like, say for you, Ollie, trying to get you to get on the latest Xbox, yeah. With the amount of games and companies that we've bought up all these companies, and now we're just ditching them all, getting rid of them all, getting rid of all the talent that's in there, because they haven't done good enough at Game Pass or whatever. It just feels it's killed it. I think it's killed Microsoft. As soon as they start releasing, like, you want to play Call of Duty, you only come to Xbox. You want to play World of Warcraft, you only come to Xbox. You want to play, do you know what I mean? These are the titles they've got. Halo, you only come to Xbox. Forza, you only come to us. You can't, like, when the hell would you ever have PlayStation going like, oh yeah, here's all our PlayStation titles, but you can also play them on our competitors. That's not gonna happen. And the
I'm
fact
going
that
to see
they've done
Nathan
that,
Drake on an Xbox.
mental.
No.
Yeah, exactly. It's mental.
And
I
I
just
think
feel
the difference is that
ruined
80 million PS5s have been sold, haven't they, approximately? And what? We don't even have numbers for Microsoft, but 20,
'cause it's
25
crap. Yeah,
million
25, 30
series.
max.
Yeah. And
I think Game Pass has what's done it. I think Game Pass has killed it because guess what? If I'm on a PC, well, I don't need to buy Game Pass. I don't need an Xbox. I can just play Game Pass and then just stream it. And I think they were thinking the whole world goes down the streaming route. But like you look at other routes that have done that, it hasn't worked. Look at Google Stadia, died. On Live back in the day that I picked up for free. XL in London died. The idea is great, but the infrastructure and everything's not there.
it was
And I
probably a bit
feel-
early for that cloud gaming that they tried to push
Exactly.
a few years
Yeah.
ago. Internet connections,
shame
mobile
'cause-
data, all that stuff.
It's a shame because they've bought these titles up, but they need to be able to push the console. Like the 360 was outdone the PS3, as in like the quality, everyone was on it, and they just haven't been able to get that lightning in the bottle again. And it just seems they thought Game Pass, and now they're going down this whole route of this is an Xbox, this is an Xbox. The fact that I can play it on my phone, I can play it. I don't want to play it on my. I want to play it like 4K. Like you're telling me you've got the fastest, the strong, the best teraflops and all this crap, but I don't get to see it because you're too busy trying to push a cheaper handheld, which your developers have got to make it to work on a cheaper handheld as well. So it negates the fact that you've got a console that's like more powerful than the PS5, looks a hell of a lot more better than the PS5 because it's half the size, but yet everyone's stayed on PlayStation. And why is that? You got to tell us, I think, and then they put the price, and then putting the prices up recently, I think it's just killed it. It's so frustrating because everything's there. I even like Phil Spencer, the guy you've got running the company is great as well. You've got a great
Controller's great as well.
Yeah,
Probably
exactly.
the best
You've got some great people there. It's just frustrating. I like as an I've got all consoles, so I want to see everyone do well. And the fact that you're seeing one struggling, I just feel they're not helping themselves by thinking, oh, you know what, we'll just chuck it everywhere.
How can you scrap that game and not?
Yeah, that is mental. Yeah, there's Fable, like the latest Fable.
Delayed again or something.
Fantastic. Oh, coming on PlayStation probably next. It's just so annoying because it's so annoying because everything's there. I get you want to guarantee that income coming in every month for like your £15 a month. I get that, but by doing that, you've kind of made yourself worthless. As in, like me, I played Forza 5, completed it. I would have quite happily bought that for 50 quid. But all I did is I spent 10 quid a month, whatever it was, up until Christmas, and then binned it off from Christmas to like end of September again because there's nothing that comes out between then that I thought was worth the money. And it's frustrating.
The thing I want studios to stop doing, so specifically Microsoft, actually, really, what I would like Microsoft to stop doing is acquiring all the studios.
Yeah.
And then announcing games that they've got in development for those studios, and then just cancel the game. So what's the point? Why did you even announce it? So the big one for me was they've cancelled this Perfect Dark reboot that was coming. There's teams of people that have been working on this game for years, like possibly even maybe even longer than 5 years, and they've just all of a sudden gone, nah, like it's Perfect Dark. Like how are you not developing this franchise? And it just
John
seems
Romero
to be...
was making another first-person shoot 'em up as well, wasn't he? The Doom guy. He's
the Doom
great.
guy, yeah.
And they've been that game off as well. And you think those are surely wins that those games would sell. You think?
Yeah.
Not if they're going for 15 quid a month.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking
not even that on CD keys.
Yeah, not even that on CD keys, exactly. And that's if you go for the right way.
So the other one, which again is just bizarre, is Everwild. So this is a Rare Studios game, bringing it back to some sort of Rare. This was just, I mean, graphically, I think it was like a cell shaded type game. I'm just looking it up here. It was, yeah. Action adventure video game developed in Rare, going to be published by Xbox Game Studios for Windows and Xbox. Started. The initial reveal was in 2019, with descriptions of its gameplay varying years prior to its cancellation. So yeah, and then recently they've just binned it, and you're like, why?
It's bizarre.
Why did you even announce it in 2019 that this was a thing? If 6 years down the line you're just going to bin it off, like, just don't say you're developing it. You know, you are literally shooting your load before you've even done anything.
Here's a question: what would you do to save them? How can Xbox? What can they do to turn them sales around and save their own asses?
I think it's too honestly not doing.
I think it's too late, but yeah.
I think from a console perspective, they've lost. When they messed up on the Xbox One, didn't they? With the whole, you've got to be connected to the internet. You can't share your games with mates and stuff. We're gonna use this as a multimedia platform device. Really future thinking stuff, but nobody wanted that. From that moment, really, they've never really come back. And I think because the PS5 is still selling so well and Nintendo is selling so well, I don't see a way back from a console perspective. The way forward, I think, is the right thing that they're doing now from a multi-platform. And it is painful and it's disappointing and it's frustrating because it is there. Everything's there for it to be a success. But I think the only way that Microsoft moves forward with gaming is Microsoft Game Studios.
Mm-hmm.
What would you do, Ollie?
And this is just purely because this is what I like. I would accept that this generation is done and start developing your next generation, but I would strip it right back. It's a games console. Everything else is bells and whistles. Make it the best games console that it can be, and work with some of your best studios to make 5 must-have killer titles at launch that are Microsoft exclusive only, and make sure they are the fucking tits. You know, I would. You know, I know there's new Elder Scrolls games eventually coming.
You've got it all. You've got it all there, haven't you? You've got, when you look at it, they've got the games.
But I would
announce
launch title World of Warcraft. Announce that you're going to launch World of Warcraft with the first, I don't know, 2 or 3 expansions. I mean, that is thousands of hours of gameplay. I would love to try World of Warcraft. I just don't have a PC and I can't be bothered. If it was on Xbox, I'd consider giving it a go. So yeah, announce World of Warcraft as your first one. I don't know, whatever the next Forza game was going to be. Come up with a brand new Forza IP, Forza something or other. Make it like Ridge. I don't know. Fuck it. Do something absolutely out of the box with it, but it's PlayStation only. And maybe invest in some new IPs, you know. And again, everyone always says, "Oh, there's no new IPs on PlayStation." You're like, bollocks, there is. There's loads new IPs coming up every day.
I think you've hit the nail on the head. I think they fuck it all off. They won't, but this is what I would do. If the money, fuck it all off. Get a brand new console out. And then say all your games are $50, 50 quid, whatever. So they don't go over that price. Yeah. 50 quid. Get the World of Warcraft's the first one coming. After that, we've got Forza. They've got Bethesda. Do you know what I mean? Your Fallout, your latest brand spanking new Fallout games coming after that. But they're only, you want them. You have to come and get our console. We're not going to have a cheaper, shitty one that developers have to try and make our good, like Indiana Jones, man. Indiana Jones was phenomenal, and I loved it, and I was amazing. And yet Tim's going to me, "Oh yeah, it didn't really look that great." And I was like, "Are you having a laugh? It looked fantastic on what I was playing on." So I'm thinking, why the F are they like? So yeah, that's how I would run it. They're not going to, but I was saying that like exactly how you say, like have the one console, keep it the one price. Say if you want to come to us, and you're only going to win it back with games. If not, crack on into Sega or crack on into Netflix, mate, because that's how you're going.
Isn't there an issue though about how much games cost at the moment to develop and the length of time? Because you're spending hundreds of millions of dollars and 10 years to make a game, and for it to be a Concord and then flop and then it's gone, isn't it?
Too many eggs, mate.
Aren't they terrified at failure? So then they have to really charge you $70 and get it on every console these days.
Well, it's, I guess that in itself again is another debate. It's another discussion, isn't it? The price of games.
I reckon they're just going to go down the software route. Like, welcome to the new Sega. See you later. Which is such a shame because, like, the way they preserved the 360 games, like you can just put it straight in, download straight onto it. It's fantastic. Like you cannot fault that. Obviously they're doing more and more. Well, they were doing, but that kind of that's fantastic. Like the fact that. I just feel they've just effed it up. It's such a shame. It's so annoying as well. But yeah, like you're saying, I think you've got too many eggs, too many baskets. You bought way too many companies up. What was the point? Like you're saying, you've got Call of Duties, you've got Bethesda, you've got some fantastic. You've got Microsoft Studios. You just develop your own games and then you keep them on your own platform. But like you said, I think question: will there even be another generation? I don't think they will. I think they fucked it up. I think they're going to be the new Sega. They're just going to be a publisher. Microsoft Studios that then just publish out on everything, or they become Netflix that you can just play it on everything, your phone, and companies will have to come to them to get their games on it, even if it's like older games. But yeah,
they're linked up with something like Steam. That could be interesting for a future console, like a home PC console crossbreed type of device. That might be a little unique thing that they get involved with, but I don't know.
Tails, thank you so much, man, for gifting that. That's genuinely wonderful. Thank you. I'm just looking very quickly because I know we're overrunning a little bit now, but I'm just looking at various PlayStation titles. I did start this and I apologize. But I'm just looking at the various PS5 titles and thinking, which of these have I actually paid 70 quid for?
Yeah.
Even brand new. Like for me, Demon's Souls is still one of the best looking games on this current generation of systems, and that was a launch title. And I know that was prior to this big price hike that they're going for, but I think that was 50. I think Returnal was probably the only one that was megabucks at launch. I think that was 60 at launch.
What was Rebirth? Wasn't that 60 or 65?
Oh, I don't know. I got the Mega Edition. I got the
statue in that.
I got a big Sephiroth statue. Yeah, I've spent like
big Bertha one.
280 for the Rebirth one and 280 for the remake one, and it's a lot of money.
There, mate.
I know, mate, but I'd rather have the statues. I just certain games I would say are worth the money. Like I know people sort of bash Nintendo, with Mario Kart World being 75 quid if you want the physical copy. But I do think that game is going to be the Mario Kart game for this current generation, maybe even longer. And they're just going to add to it. You're not going to necessarily go and buy Mario Kart World 2. It's just, it will become that game. So 75 is just your price of admission and it'll update. Donkey Kong was 60. I think it's worth 60.
Mate. Yeah, I've already got 30 hours out of it.
Yeah, it was worth the 60 quid that I paid.
That's the thing. I only buy first party. I buy all first, but pretty much I tried to get all first party games. I pretty much got all the first party games on Nintendo on Switch. Just because I know that one, they don't lose their value, and two, they'll be worth a bit in a couple of years. Like, do you mean that?
And you know what you're getting? They're typically quality games.
Yeah, quality game, aren't they? Yeah.
Mario Kart World, it's expensive, but to me, it's worth it because it's what you make. It's the hours. I've spent 45 hours at least in Mario Kart World.
It's fantastic. Yeah.
And that's just the start. That's just the start. We
haven't got extra worlds that have been added yet, or extra characters, extra GPs, any of that. But
I do think the average price of a video game is still £50-60, which it has been for years. £70, all right. We're starting to get into that, very picky territory, where people are going to start. Well, do I really want this game now? And maybe they will, maybe they won't buy it. but again, still adjusting for inflation, I still don't really understand how our parents did it. You know, my Mortal Kombat 2 was £54 for my Super Nintendo. I've still got the sticker on it, the Electronic Boutique sticker, and that is
Wow,
that's
£6,000.
£54 in 90s money.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even know how my parents thought this is a really
But
good
you'd only
idea.
get one game though, wouldn't you, every
Yeah, and then
year
that's
or
what you had.
something like that,
Tough shit.
and then you'd have to play that, even if it was rubbish. You'd have to.
But think of it being as an adult gamer in the 90s, so being our age now, but in the 90s.
Yeah.
You know, we would have spent hundreds of pounds on video games all the time, and we would have just accepted that that was the price. And for some reason now we're not accepting that that's the price. And I do think that the consumers have a lot to answer for when it comes to the demands of that are being put on the games industry and the demands that are being put on studios. You know, I would much rather a game gets delayed by 2 years, but it release immaculate. You know, Cyberpunk is for me still one of the best games in that sort of first-person RPG, first-person shooter arena. It's a faultless game. I played that on PS5, but on a PS4 disc. I didn't have any real problems with it. But I actually, you know, I don't hate many things in the world, but I really hated the gamer community at that period when they just really let loose on CD Projekt Red and almost made them launch the game early before it was ready because they were just so upset about the fact that it would get delayed again. It's like, oh, boo-hoo. So what? Go pick up another game. There's so many to choose from. It's not like we're short of games or anything. And I think consumers need to just back up a little bit, you know. It takes too long to release a game.
Maybe sometimes taking the mick a little bit. I mean, Switch now are they're up in the price, aren't they? The
in America,
the OLED, which is for me, what is it? 8 years, 9 years?
It's gone up to $400. $400. The OG is going to be
$350, I believe, and it's like, wow, have they done that tactically so people think, well, what's the point in buying that? I might as well get Switch 2.
Very possibly.
I think that might be going up as well, though. To be honest,
I think a lot of it is the Trump tariff as well, which is
I think
not good for them.
But how much of that is also let's tag it along?
But obviously, I've been to America a few times, and it's not the price that you see that you go up to the fucking counter. So it'd be interesting if it says it's $400. Is that including your tax, or you then have to pay on top of that? Whereas us, it's the price. That's what you pay. There's none of this stuff on top. So it says $400, but it could be $430. It could be $420 by the time you get to the cashier and go to pay.
Some things you don't mind paying for, but how the company with Expedition 33 can make that game £40, is it? Is it 40 quid?
Yeah, £40 for a disc.
Phenomenal. I know I've not bought it yet, but I will because I want to buy that physically.
Yeah.
And £40, what good value for money that is. And they didn't need 10 years to make it. It doesn't need 8K graphics. You don't need like little pieces of grass that you can minute see the details. Gamers don't. I don't think gamers want that anymore. And I think publishers could do with listening to us a little bit more. But
they could. The ones that there are certain things that I don't mind waiting for. You know, like for me, I'm invested in The Last of Us. I'm invested in the TV show. I'm invested in the games. I'm invested in that world and the characters. So I didn't mind that we got Last of Us at the end of the PlayStation 3's life cycle. And then we got Last of Us 2 pretty much at the end of the PS4's life cycle. I would wait until the end of the PS5's life cycle for Last of Us 3. 3 games in 30 years or whatever it might end up being. 3 games in 25 years or something. Like, I'm fine with that because it's The Last of Us, you know. But because there's so much else in between that for me to play, I don't mind. I just don't mind. I think that's the thing. I don't get angry about things not coming out on time. Yeah, it's frustrating because you're like, oh, I really wanted to play that. Oh well, I'll just have to play this other game until that's out. You know, it's we've gone down a rabbit hole, and I apologize.
We have gone down a rabbit hole, but yeah. So Game Pass.
So Game Pass, yes, but it was interesting just to hear Game Pass getting some negative press, considering it's been praised for such a long time, but now it seems that actually it's done the opposite of what they wanted it to do, and actually it's screwed
I'm just
studios over
frustrated
everywhere.
because like I want to see all of the gaming companies do well, because that's how they push each other to create better games. And when
Yep.
you've got one that's like blatantly struggling and buying up stuff and now getting rid of good people that have like made these game companies great, that's the only thing that like it's a bit depressing, really. I just wish that they would just, some of the choices they've made are just questionable, and it's costing them, and it's such a shame, because that Xbox Series, the X I've got, is fantastic console. Do you know what I mean? It looks great. I mean, it's tiny. It's like the size of 2 GameCubes. It's like, do you know what I mean? It's a fantastic console, and it's just not getting that. It's just not getting what it deserves, because it's having to bring its little sister along with it. Basically.
Yeah, it's like Hereditary, when he's forced to take his sister to the party and then she ends up having an allergic reaction to nuts. Like, yeah. What an awful situation to be in. Anyhow, I've derailed us quite considerably at the end there. I'm going to blame Blunners technically, because he reminded me what I wanted to talk about.
No worries.
Indeed. But it's been an absolute pleasure. Anything did happen. Look at that. We did still talk about games, but anything did happen. Yeah, all that's left to say is, Dom, thank you so much for coming on. It's been a real pleasure to have you chat shit with us. So
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, maybe
like
again
we
in
were
the future.
saying. Like we were saying, members, Dom is just a channel member, like anyone else can be. It's only £1 a month. It literally helps us pay for StreamYard and pay for your giveaways, which we've got coming up. So I just put out members only post. Anyone wants to join us for a chat, because we know Triangle Face is having a trouser accident. And here is Dom. So thank you so much for joining us, mate.
Yeah, that has been a real pleasure.
Where can we find you, by the way? Where can people find you?
Nowhere. I don't do anything creative. I'm a mortgage advisor, so no, I don't do anything.
That is creative. People need advice on their mortgages. I certainly
people's dreams come true with their homes. There you go. There's
exactly. Look at that. You're in the Evercade Hangout.
Yes.
And over in the TVG page as well.
I am.
Excellent. So you can always find Dom over there. He does contribute to both, so that's fantastic. Thank you everyone who's joined us along in the chat as well. It's always wonderful to see all of you in the chat, and thanks again, Tails, for gifting that membership. That's very kind of you. Yeah, hopefully we will see tomorrow. We have a bonus stream happening tomorrow that I will be setting up imminently for anyone that has a Steam Deck or a PC, probably, or even an Xbox. I think this is an Xbox as well. We've got Alex joining us, who is the creator of a game called Mythwrecked. I had to learn how to say that properly without spitting everywhere. Basically, this is a point and click style adventure game. It's won some very prestigious awards. It also won the Debug Game of the Year award at the beginning of the year as well, I believe. He's a really cool guy. The game is fantastic. It's
this is it, isn't it, Ollie? Hang on, just let me try and bring this page up.
It's got a beautiful art style.
It looks fantastic.
And the humor is absolutely palpable as well. The humor's very well written. Yes, so this is Mythwrecked. You end up on an island, and you end up managing to speak to all the various Greek gods.
Oh look, there's Tim.
having his trouser rest, having to sit in an adult nappy. But yes, we'll let Alex talk about it tomorrow. But it's a wonderful game, and he's clearly working on lots of different things at the moment as well. So yes, that will be tomorrow evening, an evening with, sadly without Tim, who I think will also be having a trouser accident tomorrow as well. But there we go. So watch out for that link tomorrow. It's going to be a good one. And yeah, just thank you everyone again for joining along. If you're new to the channel, please consider hitting that subscribe button, because that helps us out a huge amount. Also, do give the little thumbs up a push, because that lets us know you've been here. It lets us know you've enjoyed the content, and that also pushes it up the elusive YouTube algorithm for people to find. So yeah, thank you ever so much everybody for watching, and yeah, we will see, hopefully, all of you tomorrow evening. So good evening.